What's up, YouTube? This is Swide from Hebrew Legends, bringing you guys a Hebrew Legends highlight video today from a newer member who has had 2 perfect wars in a row. Only warred with us for 2 wars, but had 2 perfect ones. So really cool stuff. I'm gonna kind of do an unconventional thing and show one attack from our previous war and then one attack from our last war. So one from the war previous and then one from our immediate last one, from this player who is Randumtask. New player, like I said, but a great hogger. Haven't seen him do any Laloon stuff yet, but the man can work a miracle with a hog army. So really fun to watch you, Random. Congrats, man. Let's show some replays from this guy. This is the first one. Not a great base. No double giant bomb positions. I mean, technically, I think there's one right here, but the pathing doesn't make sense, so knows that's not going to be one. Maybe a single in there, but knows minimally there's going to be 4 singles. So does a kind of interesting thing. I'll show you. Drops a giant 4 hogs, and he's going to take out 2 defenses, and then the hogs are going to move up and get the CC lure for him. So 25 troop space, I think, for maybe dropped 5 hogs, so maybe 30 troop space for 2 defenses and the lure, which is a great trade. He's going to barge walk him out, and then kind of interesting thing is that he doesn't drops, you know, few barbs, his witches, a wizard, and he'll drop a couple more wizards here and there. But doesn't elects not to use his queen. Doesn't drop his queen behind his kill squad, and because of that, it ends up taking a little bit more time. Time just kind of ticks away while he drops a wizard here and loses it, trying to get the upper hand in this witch skeleton battle. He of course has 2 witches, so it's only a matter of time. But that's the problem, is that it takes a lot of time. This guy left a hole in his base, like an idiot, so Random just takes advantage of that, abuses him, and drops a CC golem and another golem in there, as well as both heroes. And that's the reason he didn't drop his queen, is because he didn't bring wall breakers or a jump spell for the outside in. He brought a jump spell for the core, and didn't want to have to risk his queen popping around one of these sides instead of going in where he wanted her. And then just does a surgical hog. Giant, followed by kind of an Asian wall of hogs. And because of this base design, you can see some hogs moved this way. Another one came into the core and tripped a giant bomb, which is great. But these defenses are set up so when he drops his hogs in theory, they're going to take out the defenses that are nearest them and kind of just work their way into the center of the base, which is wonderful. And his king just went down, but his queen, and he's got a golem still up. They're just doing work. So you know what? This actually was a double giant bomb. It's the worst double giant bomb in history, but it was a double giant bomb. So Rand negates that beautifully. He's got 12 hogs up still in a heal with 1 point defense left. Full golem, more or less, in a healing as well. Starts dropping his cleanup wizzies. There's one down here as well. Just makes quick work of the base. It's a great attack. You know, I like the. It's not quite a surgical hog, I say. I think I called it a surgical hog. It's not quite, because he really just drops 1 giant for distraction against these 3-point defenses on either side. And then just drops an Asian wall. But I actually like the. I'm usually a fan of dropping, you know, in the same place and pathing your hogs such that they take the quickest path around the defenses. But I like this because it forces your hogs into the path that you want them to take, which in this case tripped core bombs and kept them in one group, which was really nice. Really nice pathing there. Nice job, Rand. that's his first attack that I wanted to show off. His second one is actually in our last war, that against Mexico Plus. Wasn't a terribly close war. I'm not going to make a video for this war, in fact. We had a couple cool Town Hall 10 attacks. Cliff and Oral beat down a couple of their Town Hall 10s. But aside from that, it was a relatively uneventful war. We 3-starred all their Town Hall 9s, but a few Town Hall 10s had to come down and clean up for us. Wasn't a great war for our Town Hall 9s. But Random had another perfect war, which was fun to watch. His second attack that I wanted to show here was on number 9. This is a cleanup. He's cleaning up me, in fact. This is a bad base, not a great base. The double giant bomb positions, you can check with 1 hog each. There are Teslas, quite obviously, in the 4 corners. So an easy base to scout, and kind of assuming that you do everything right, it should be an easy base to attack as well. My problem, I'll give you just a rundown of what I tried. I dropped a hog here to trip one of these giant bombs, and to start the lure. I then dropped a giant here to finish the lure, kind of simultaneously with 3 loons, I think, here on this archer tower to take that out. Of course, there's a Tesla here. 3 loons on that archer tower because you kind of cramped back here, and this is where I wanted to do the CC kill, because I was going to jump into the queen, basically jump into the queen, funnel my CC in here, this direction, with a golem, and then drop my hogs this way, 2-finger, kind of an Asian wall, actually, because there's a Tesla in this corner, because the pathing takes them, meets them with the kill squad and takes them directly into the core, which is wonderful. So, thought that was a good plan. Didn't end up going at all like that because, I've had a couple good wars in a row. So all I can say is that maybe I got a little cocky, stopped paying attention to my kill squad down here, which just died. I lost my queen even. I lost my witches to his clan castle, which just, you get lazy, and that's what happened. So luckily I had Randumtask around to clean me up. And he does kind of a similar thing, initially at least. Brings a hog and just trips that giant bomb. But what he saw in my replay was that single hog actually got the whole lure. This guy had a witch, 2 wizards, and 2 balloons in his CC. So that single hog hitting that giant bomb pulled those 5 troops out. So that was cool. He saves 5 troop space on that. And then the unique thing, he does some interesting CC kills with his hog attacks. He's shattering from this side, just kind of like his last attack, drops wizards to start cleaning up the trash, but brings a lightning for the CC, for the witch at least. Doesn't want to have to deal with it. Drops his queen and king down here, and then just a jump immediately into the queen. Super interesting. No witches, just kind of deals with the clan castle with the lightning, and in kind of a typical surgical hog fashion. So you can see giants followed by just a few hogs at a time, few hogs targeting those point defenses. Over here, the same. And few up here because he lost a little more because of that expo than he thought he was gonna. And I mean, this is the trend. This is the surgical hog trend. You drop a few, a giant to tank for your hogs, and then a few hogs on each point defense. And what that does, kind of like a Laloon, is pushes your hogs simultaneously into the center of the base. They take out this whole first layer of defenses and then move together in their packs into other positions. And so when you heal, you're actually healing on those positions where there are a number of hogs, which is great. And he just wrecks the base. Full health queen still. A couple golemites over here doing some work. And he's got way too many hogs, way too many cleanup wizzies to do anything. for this base to stop him at all. So great attack, man. Thanks for cleaning up my trash. Oh man, fun to watch you. Random. Like I said, he's a new player, but he's kind of making a name for himself in the hog world. So, Random, congrats on being the, I think, 4th Hebrew Legend highlight. Excited to see what you do, man. In any case, this is Swide from Hebrew Legends. Until next time, guys, you have a good one.